Right, now we move to the business part of the meeting now. I'm going to say a little bit. Obviously, some of the things that we'll be covering are going to be more difficult because of Sue's absence, and so we'll just explain what steps we're taking now, what the future, what next year will be all about, and talk to you a little bit about what we've done this year and how we can manage and cope with things. Thank you. You can turn the big lights off now. But I'm going to introduce the trustees as well as we go along to tell you about the work that they've been doing. It's probably best if I now stand up at the lectern here for you.
Hi, can we have Rich Heddy to go outside to see Kirsten for 2 secs, and Nick Selby and Sharon Anderson, if that's possible? Thank you.
Do you want me to be here or are you going to run away? She's an important part of the Reach setup at the moment, so it's very important that she's here for this bit as well. But we've had obviously a very, very difficult year this year. We started off undergoing a complete reorganisation of the way that we as trustees were going to work, and we had quite a lot of disagreements between us as to how we should do things and what the organisation would look like from the management point of view. Sue was telling us that she wanted to spend less time with her job, and we were looking at how we would recruit and what sort of people how we would share the job that she did, which proved to be an impossible task to try and do in the end. But we agreed in February that we would change the way the board operated. We went away and we came back in our June meeting, and we finally agreed that we would form various subcommittees, that each subcommittee would have 3 board members on it, and this was partly designed to spread the load for trustees, partly designed to make sure that everyone who had a particular interest in any area would be able to devote more time to that and move things on more quickly, because meeting just 4 or 5 times a year is quite difficult to see we're making progress. So the committees that we set up were the Finance Committee, which was chaired by Natalie. Natalie unfortunately didn't feel she was able to come today, and so very sadly I cannot present a full financial report to you. We set ourselves various targets in our budget. One of those was that we should achieve fundraising and donations this year of about £105,000. We've very nearly reached that target, and we've done tremendously well in a very disruptive year to get to that, and many of you here have been part of that. I wouldn't like to single out too many people, but there have been some people who've done massive amounts to us. Charlotte, who's gone now but was here last night, is just amazing when it comes to these things. I understand that last night there was a function in this room. She was out there and ended up coming in and speaking to them, and they all did some fundraising last night. I don't know how she has the balls to do these things. Thank God we do have people like that who can stand up and make the Reach profile, raise the Reach profile and get it. I have been involved with Robbie here. We go off to accept cheques from time to time. I went down to Winchester a couple of months ago, where a crowd of kids who'd met ours at the Calshot weekend had all got together and decided they were going to use their resources to fundraise for Reach, and they made cakes and set up a cake stall in Winchester and raised about £800. Amazing stuff. And Rob came down with me and he did the speech. I picked the cheque up and did well. So we do it as a team. And I know that many of our trustees go out and about and do these really nice things as well as doing the things, the business side of it we have to do. But I'm not in a position to present detailed finances to you this time. I can tell you that we should end up this year having spent slightly less than has come in. Our bookkeeping has fallen behind, and we have to get the ledgers brought up to date, the entries and the debits, so that we can then present everything to the accountants to give you the full figures that you need and want us to show that we're managing the association properly. Now, I will commit to making sure that at our next meeting, finance and the budget going forward will be our biggest priority. We will get the figures over to the accountants as soon as possible, and once the draft accounts are ready, I shall circulate those on the website and in the edition of the magazine. But I'm very, very sorry that I can't present you with detailed figures now. But I can reassure you that there is money in the bank to cover this event. We won't bankrupt the organisation, but we do have sufficient reserves in accordance with our reserves policy, and we do feel confident going forward that we are in control of the situation, or will be very shortly. We just had to deal with things to get this event up and running and make sure it runs smoothly, and that's not always been easy, but certain people have stood up and really made it possible. We couldn't have done it without Gary, without Julie, without Sean, who've all done masses. Claire has run the creche and facilities there, and without the trustees standing up, it would have been an impossible task to hold today's event, and I'm very proud that we managed to get it together and move the whole thing forward, and I hope that if there are any cracks that we'll be able to at least show that we try very hard to do things the way we want them to. I don't know if Julia, as a member of the Finance Committee, wants to say anything more at this stage, or is there
not in terms of that finances. I know we've got definitely the bank account is looking healthy, because obviously we've got the hotel bill to pay soon, but no, it is looking healthy.
Good. So the Finance Committee is obviously the key committee that we have. The second committee that we have, or another committee that we had, has been the Marketing Committee. Marketing Committee has concentrated on the website and a review of all our publications. And if I could see Jane here, I think she's going to just say a few words. Quickly come forward. I don't know what you're at the back there for. She has a little sash. I'll stand to one side. Come this way.
Good afternoon. I'm the chairman of the website, Social Media and Marketing Committee. This year we've been looking at improving Reach's look, making Reach more professional in the way that we appear to other people. In these difficult financial times, when so many other charities are competing for limited funds, it's important to catch the eye of potential donors. The trustees also want to make information easily accessible for you and to make communication with the board and with its employees quick and easy. As Nick and Matt also explained last year, we're developing our use of social media in order that we have a community where the whole Reach family can talk to one another. And I think we can see that from people who use the Facebook pages. I don't know the exact numbers, but people who use it have increased enormously since last year. And personally, I love seeing what people are saying every day. It really makes you feel part of the family. It's also a great way of getting in touch with other people, so if you don't already use the Facebook pages, please do have a look at them. With the help of Tim Gerrich, our IT guy, and James, our media guy, and Gemma Beale, our designer, we're updating not only the website, but all our publications, everything from the little A5 leaflets to the downloadable guides, to give them a fresh, more corporate look, which will help us to establish our identity in the charity world. You'll probably see James, you'll have seen James around today, so please don't duck when he comes near you. He doesn't bite, and it would be lovely to have your contribution, because these little snippets are going to be used on the website and at promotional events. We're also arranging for photographs to be taken today, and many of you will have signed consent forms. We've been in the creches already and workshops. Sarah's, our professional photographer, has been visiting the children, and we'll be having a session later on today to take some more formal shots as well for publication. If you'd be interested in your child being the future face of Reach, then please do contact Sharon or myself, and we'll arrange it later in the day. Tim has done some fantastic work on the new website, which is looking great, and will be going live in the new year. The publications should also be available before the end of the year, and we'll be sending them out to branch coordinators and any fundraisers who need them. I'd like to thank my fellow committee members, Tim and Sean, and also James and Gemma for all their hard work, and I'm sure you'll appreciate the results when you see the fantastic new website and all the new publicity material. Thank you.
The next subcommittee that I'm going to introduce is what we call our Youth Development Committee. We told you last year that we were very, very keen that we did more to support our, as Chris Creamer described it this morning, our club 18 to 30 age group, the young adults. We conducted a survey to see whether there were more things that we should be doing that would be useful. I don't know, do you want to say anything about that now, Frank? Or,
the only thing I would like to say is, as the oldest member of the board by 25 years, I'm in charge of the youth.
Because he's such a fantastic role model, and they all want to know how you like your mum. But anyway, the other thing that has come from that, and more than anything that I'm delighted about, is that I've had 2 people from that age group come forward to say they're interested in sitting on the board, and we want to give them the opportunity to do things that are relevant to the 18 to 25 age group, and to promote and assist anything that they can do and give more opportunity for this age group. Just like we heard this morning that the Thalidomide Association had been taken over and the parents booted out by the children. I don't think we wanted to go quite that far, but certainly we want to share that responsibility with everybody, and our users as well as our parents. So youth development is something we're proud of, and we hope will go forward next year. I have been responsible for the committee dealing with branches. I think branches is a neglected area of our core business, and we do intend to spend much more time helping branch members. We've lost a few branch members, but we've also still got a few branch coordinators. But we've also got some coordinators who are very active behind the scenes and do an awful lot. And we want to be able to support them more and encourage people to give back a little bit to other members, to new parents, to meet them, and do some fundraising as well. We always want something back from you too. So branches is an area we'll be concentrating on pushing forward, and my committee will be looking at ways that we can achieve that. Fundraising is obviously always very, very important, so our fundraising committee has been headed up by Julie and ably assisted by Sean, and now you will have to come and say a little bit about the things that are going on now. So Julie and Sean is going to come too.
I haven't got a nice long speech right now, because I've been told about this at 11 o'clock this morning. Fundraising is really important, because I would say probably about 95% of the money that we get in for Reach is from fundraising. We don't get loads of regular grants or anything, so it is really important. And the AGM, and obviously Raw that we've seen photos of earlier, there are 2 main things that we spend a lot of money on. I'd like to quote about Tesco. They always say every little helps. So it doesn't really matter what you fundraise, everything is all going to help for us. We have got about 1,000 members, So if every member, or every family, was to able to raise £20, that would give us £20,000 a year, which is like a fifth of what we need. So it doesn't have to be a large amount. This year, my mum's very good with fundraising. She's got a bit manic this year, but we've had my uncle plays in his own band, and all their family wanted, we need to hear John again. So I thought, right, they ain't going to get this for nothing. So we had a family night, and we just charged £5 for all of our family really to get together. And we raised about £200 or £300 that night for each. We've also had a pudding club, which is excellent. You just eat pudding all night. You pay £5 for your bowl and eat as much as you can. We've got about another £400, so that's another quick way. I'm quite good at making cakes, so whenever it's somebody's birthday at work in the IT and business studies department at school, I might make the cake for them, but they have to pay me for it. But I only it's £40 a year I probably contribute from that, but you know, we have fun eating the cake and it all helps reach. And then next weekend, my mum's probably at home now sewing because we're having a coffee morning next weekend, and every year we probably raise about £300 just having a coffee morning at my mum's house. So it doesn't have to be big, huge things that you do. Nigel's already mentioned Charlotte. She's amazing. I don't know anybody else who could actually get probably about 20 people over the past 2 years to jump out of an aeroplane. She hasn't done it herself though. She insists that she's got dodgy knees and she's able to. But she's managed to encourage 20 people that she knows to jump out of an aeroplane for a week. But she goes beyond that as well. Last year we went down to support them. Tom Bowler, anybody, whether they're to do with Reach or not, ends up having to buy Tom Bowler tickets from us. So she is really good at getting other people involved. So she's done Reach Out and Jump twice. If there's anybody there that has an urge to jump out of a plane, let us know. I'm sure Charlotte will organise it again for us. One thing I'll pass over to Charlotte in a minute. I'd like to say thank you to Annie, if you don't mind. Would you like to stand up, Annie? Annie has raised just under £2,000 over the last about 2 months, is it, Annie? Beginning of September. Annie's hair is down to your bum, wasn't it? And she's shaved her hair. Half of the money's for Reach and then half to diabetes, isn't it? So I think she's doing it. It doesn't have to be jumping out of a plane, but I think to shave your hair off when it's so long is just an amazing thing to do. So thank you very much for that. Yeah. But she needs how much? £140 you're short to reach that £2,000. So we're going to be really cheeky. And if we'll get a pocket out, if anybody would like to help Annie just meet with that £2,000 goal, that would be really appreciated. So we'll be out tonight trying to get a little bit extra so that Annie can achieve that £2,000 mark. I'll hand over to Charlotte in a minute to finish off. The other thing I was just thinking of, the shop's still open and there's still Tom Bowler prizes to win. But if you've got any merchandise ideas that you can think of that you'd perhaps like us to look at buying for next year, give me a shout and we'll try and come up with some ideas. And then the other big event of the year is the ball, that Sean sorts out.
Okay, well I'm Sean and I'm sure you all know me. I do the Reach Ball every year. It'll be our 4th one next year, and it's a very, very successful fundraising event. I keep saying last year, it was only me, we actually made £10,000, which was quite easy to do because just everybody just wants to help. Otterbock have sponsored the last 2 years, which have helped me to have some really quite luxury things like a casino, and we have the most amazing entertainment ones you can imagine. We've actually had to extend the time of it and have to start at 6:30 because we can't get everything in, and as I say, it really is a brilliant night. So if any of you are thinking of coming down to Devon next year, maybe 11, please contact me. I think you've got leaflet in your packs with all details on it. Really is a brilliant night. I've managed for next year to get the most amazing hotel in Devon. It's actually used to be owned by Nigel Mansell, and it's got a Nigel Mansell Museum there, and the most amazing spa and everything. Golf course, the best one in Devon. So if you are thinking about coming down, it's going to be a brilliant weekend. But this can't work if I don't have auction prizes and sponsorship. Now I'd say Otterbock are actually sponsoring the event, and I've got an event company sponsoring it as well. But I really need some sponsorship for different things like the band and the casino and just the extras to make it so special. So if you can think of any companies that might want to sponsor this event, I'm brilliant on Twitter, I'm brilliant on Facebook. We have a website set up every year by our patron Laura, who sets the website up for me, which is www.playboard.co.uk. So it's all on there, so it would be really good for that company, because I think we got about 2,000 hits last year on it. Auction prizes, if you can think of anything that's a little bit different, please come and see me, because we want to carry this on, because it is a very, very big fundraiser for the charity. So thank you.
They are truly fantastic, and thank you very, very much, Phil. It's brilliant what you've done. The next committee that I want to talk about is our international committee, our campaigns and international committee, which is headed up by Gary. Gary and I, as you've heard already, have been very keen to be involved in the European organisation and to promote the name of REACH, and I think that's been a great success. We're very, very pleased to have with us today Letitia from Assadea, and she would like to say a few words, and she can speak very good English, so you can brush up your French, but we'll come up if you like now. There are materials from both Jerry and from Assadea on the side here for you to pick up and have a look through as well.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Letitia. I'm 34. I'm coming from France, actually. I am a member of the French association, which is named Assadea. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. The association is based in Paris, and it has been created in 1975. We can count around 300 members, and actually we are not as good as REACH, but we are trying to do our best. It's like a sister association. Our aim is almost the same as yours. We try to answer to questions that parents could have before birth and after birth. And we try also to help parents through administrative and medical requests. Here you have pictures of our team. We have a president and 4 members, and all of those people taking part of the association are trustees also. And what we do most, we try, because France is quite a big country, so it's really hard to meet in the same time. So we try to do some meetings every year in every region, South, North, and Paris too. We have coordinators, and we try to contribute to special events. For example, this year we have what we call La Course des Héros, which is people running for our association, and they win money. It's a kind of fund that we can have. And here are pictures of what type of families meeting that we can do. And this is there was one course in Paris, one in Lyon, and one in Marseille. We have also different projects for 2013. 13. Actually, we realized that many of people in this association try to understand why we are like this or what happened. So we are going to concentrate our efforts on medical research, and we also now try to develop link with association like REACH. And we have a website, so we have our magazine on the table over there if you want to have a look. You will see also our website. And a new question is how to find funds. I can say that French state doesn't help us very much, so we try to find big companies or different ways to earn money. This was also the meeting in Sweden. We were there. So we have a general meeting once a year in Paris or in different countries, in different cities. We have our magazine. We have also newsletters, which are sent by email. And we are on Facebook and Twitter too. So if you want to have a look, my president told me that if you could, all of you go on Facebook and click on like, it would be fine for us. So it was an example of a meeting we have in Lyon. Here are the things that are approached during the meetings. For example, sport, what type of sport we can do, apparently all. And here it was the theme of driver's license, so the problematics we can have by driving, whether prosthesis or not. And this is some of pages which we can see on Facebook. So here is our new magazine. We have this guy you can see on the first page is one very famous guy in France. He did some TV shows for cooking. I think you have quite similar. Come Dine With Me, yeah, Dine With Me. And he's not really famous, so he gave his picture for us. So that's it. So we want to just you to know that in different countries, I'm sure you know it, but in Europe, especially in France, we have like sister association, and we are here today just. We would like to understand the way you approach this disability and also to see the difference of culture. I think it's different between Britain and France, so here we have some parents. Natalie is going to talk about her experience, but if there is anyone today who would like to just share experience for us, it could be great, because we just would like to understand what is your point of view. For my part, I am the disabled person, so it's different. But here we have some parents, so if you would like to exchange with us, it would be great.
Good afternoon, I'm Natalie, and I are parents of a wonderful teenager, Ines, who has a disability of the right hand. And we are here because we want to see how you deal with your association, and we would like to meet families just like us parents to share our experience, to speak, to know how you manage to deal with the unknowns when you meet the disability, what sports your child managed to make. For example, our daughter has practiced basketball for many years. And that's it. So if you want to talk with us, we'd be delighted.
Thank you. You will for sure have your photo, your picture in our new magazine for next time. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Great. Another thank you very much indeed for coming along and for speaking so well in English. I'm not sure I can manage that in French myself, but I've got Frank to help me, I hope. So I was telling you about our campaigns and international committee. We don't have any campaigns at the moment, but the space is there, and we do intend to be more geared up to take on issues which affect Reach and which affect families here as we go forward in the future. The next area that I want to talk about is our recruitment now, and what we're going to be doing as we go forward. We've employed on a part-time basis, well, I feel very bad about this, Kirsten Ellswood, who I've quite happily said would have to deal with probably a few emails and maybe a few calls every day, and it wouldn't be too onerous, and probably take about 2 or 3 hours a day. I've been working night and day to get everything organised, and I am very remiss in terms of the way I undersold the task that she took on. But she's here still. She's come with us for this weekend, and we're extremely grateful. Is she not here?
I'm going to get her.
Well, you can wait when I won't ask her to speak, but she's done a tremendous job, and we couldn't have got here without her and all the input she put in. But in the middle of an apology that I badly missold this job to you. I told you it was a few emails and a few calls and nothing much, but I don't
believe I was over 21.
It was my silver tongue talking, so she believed me, which is more than most people do. Are you going to stay with us now, or are you still busy? You're very welcome. Would you like to come to the stage and say hello to everybody, or are you going to stay in the background? And just,
Hello. Thank you for all being so lovely.
So now we've started a recruitment process. Gary is taking control of that. We've decided to employ HR consultants to give a professional approach to it all. So Gary, I'm sure you'd like to come up now and say a few words about what is going on and how we're dealing with things.
Yes, very briefly then, we've been dealing with some HR consultants that specialise in the charity sector. They're partners of the National Council of Voluntary Organisations, for which we're a part of. So they are basically managing the whole process for us, because there's no way the trustees could have managed the job descriptions, the application forms, the shortlisting and all the associated paperwork, plus all the HR regulations that we have to comply with. So we've been working with them over the last few weeks, and they're now ready to go to advert. We will be posting the link to the application pack on the website and all our other social media feeds, and it will also be being advertised externally as well, and that's hoping to go out, well, it will be going out Monday, Tuesday this week. So if anyone feels that they do have the skills and that to become national coordinator, or if there's any friends and relatives that feel they can give to Reach, then please look out for that advert Monday, Tuesday on the website and in the press, which is probably going to be the Guardian online. And hopefully we'll have some more news. We're looking to do interviews in December with a view to hopefully getting somebody to start by the end of January.
Now, one of the reasons for just running through what everybody does and introducing them to you is to try and get it across to you that there are skill gaps here. We have people who can do certain things, but we can't do everything. I've tried to give you a picture of the sort of things that go on the committee, and even if you feel that you're not qualified to do this or that, if you have an interest in anything that we're doing and you would like to be involved, you don't need to make a massive commitment, but we'd be very, very interested in co-opting people to help on even just the subcommittee rather than the main board. So we need to know what skills, what you can offer to us as well. So please talk to the trustees while you're here this weekend. We are recruiting for new trustees, and we're going, if we try and do all the things that we want to do and do them really well, we're going to need your help, and we're going to need people with interest and expertise. So I'll leave my sales pitch for being a board member at that, but I hope this has given you a flavour of what we're doing and how it can be and will be very exciting. It should be a very positive year ahead of us. So thank you very much to all my fellow board members, and thank you all very much for supporting us today, and enjoy tonight. I probably have to give you some information about what to do, but I really don't know what to say. Sean is the person that tells me what I should be saying here and everything. The dinner tonight, if you haven't pre-booked, or if you haven't let Kirsten know that you are coming to the dinner, then you do need to do so, and you do need to pay. Kirsten is just outside. I think she wants to have a word with Rich Healy and Nick Selby if they're around, or if you know who they are. So perhaps they better introduce themselves to her as she goes out. Now there's spare time now. Claire's talking to the kids. The kids will be coming out. There'll be kids' tea. We gather again, as it says here, at about 6:30 to 7 for pre-dinner drinks, and hopefully, I'm sure it will be, because Sean's organised it, a fantastic evening.
Right, you've got in your delegate packs, you've got the wine list. If you can sort of fill them out and give them to the bar staff, they will sort your drinks out ready for when you turn up at 6:30, because there's usually a mad rush for the bar. This is just to sort of sort out your drinks. And also the forms for the photos for the children, can you get them signed and given to one of the trustees so they can get them? Also, was there anything else? No, there wasn't. Haven't done. Oh, Claire Cashel was in here at 5:30 doing question and answer. If you want to come in with the kids to have a listen to what she's got to say, I'm sure it'll be very interesting. Okay, thank you.
We've got to have Humphrey here as well. So, Simon, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, someone who's not a trustee and does relatively little, I'd just like to say thank you very much to you and all the trustees and committee members, because you've done a really tough year. We really appreciate you putting it on.
There's just an opportunity if anyone wants to ask us questions. We're here, you can ask in public, that's fine, or we'll stay around now so that you can talk to us. But has anyone got any questions they want to put to the board via me or others?
Right, you talked about your perception that there may be some skills gaps amongst the trustees. Well, it does sound like you've got a lot covered already, I have to say. If you are looking for any specific, or if you know what you feel the gaps are, would it be possible for you to sort of express that maybe via the website or social media or whatever, so that, presumably you're not looking for people that bake cakes specifically or something like, if there's particular areas of expertise, then, people then know whether they would be your go-to guy or not.
Absolutely, and I think my first concern is finance. We really do. I'm not sure now what Natalie's position will be, but I really do need some assistance with not the day-to-day bookkeeping, which we cover through our accounts package, but with the overall financial control of the organisation, and that's one area that I immediately identify. Obviously, some of this, it will depend very much what sort of person takes our new position as national coordinator as to what skills are, and we've discussed already that when we have a national coordinator it would be a miracle if we found someone to take on all the jobs that Sue used to do, and we will probably need to divide that role and employ other part-time assistants. We already have Jane who does the magazine on a freelance basis, Tim who does the magazine, but we'd anticipate that where we have skills gaps we will be looking out that way, but on the board we need people who are prepared to take a more strategic look at what we're doing and make sure that we're going forward in the direction that is meaningful to everyone in our membership. I thought I'd get a question about the finances, but I hope I dealt with that one. But I might as well face the elephant in the room. But I'm very sorry about that one. I can't give more information for you. Anyway, thank you very much. Enjoy the next couple of hours, and we'll look forward to seeing you this evening.